Hello everyone. So this is today's newspaper analysis. Indian Express 28 February Saturday. आज का हेडलाइन है द वर्ल्ड से रशिया चाइना अर्ज पाकिस्तान अफगानिस्तान टू एंड कॉन्फ्लिक्ट amid an escalation of armed clashes between Pakistan and Afghanistan, Russia on Friday urged both countries to end the conflict and resolve their differences through diplomatic means. ये वर्ल्ड न्यूज़ में है कि जो भी अनस्टेबिलिटी चल रहा है रशिया चाइना एंड पाकिस्तान एंड अफ़गानिस्तान, बेसिकली पाकिस्तान और अफ़गानिस्तान में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट चल रहा है, तो रशिया और चाइना अर्ज कर रहे हैं कि प्लीज़ इसको रोक दीजिए कॉन्फ्लिक्ट को फॉर द स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ द रीजन. ओके, आगे बढ़ते हैं. तो 4.7 मैग्नीट्यूड का अर्थक्वेक आया है ईस्टर्न नेपाल में, and there is no immediate report of loss of life or damage of any kind of property. तो बहुत ही हल्का सा था, ज़्यादा नहीं आया है. आगे बढ़ते हैं. तो एक वर्ल्ड न्यूज़ में हमारा जो नेबर है और नेपाल, उसमें इलेक्शन होने वाला है. तो द कंट्री विल होल्ड फर्स्ट इलेक्शन सिंस जेनजी प्रोटेस्ट ऑन March 5. इसमें 3 राइवल हैं जो कि नेपाल के पीएम बनेंगे. उसमें है KP ओली, गगन थापा एंड बलेंद्र शाह. तो ये होगा नेपाल के 16th PM बनने के लिए होगा. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. ये है जसिंडा अर्डर्न के बारे में, हु जॉइंस न्यू जीलैंडर्स हु आर डिसचैंटेड विद द कंट्रीज वीक लेबर मार्केट एंड स्लगिश इकोनॉमी. ओके, लेट्स मूव अहेड. ये कुछ CBI से न्यूज़ है, तो हम लोग को बेसिकली CBI का जो स्टैटिक चीज़ें हैं वो देखना है. ये सब पॉलिटिकल न्यूज़ इज़ नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट. एज अर्बनाइजेशन ग्रोथ 16th FC provides a boost. The 16th Finance Commission has provided a boost to the urban local government, shows its latest report tabled in the Parliament on February 1. Finance Commission is a constitutional body that's provide recommendation about how India's center and state government should divide the tax revenues. It is constituted every 5 years and provide a fresh set of recommendations. Since the 10th Finance Commission, which was the first one after India adopted the third tier of government, urban local bodies and rural panchayat, each Finance Commission has provided grants for these government structures. The latest Finance Commission, the 16th, has sharply increased the proportion of grants for the urban local government to 45% from the previous FC 36% allotment and 13th FC 26% allotment. In absolute numbers, the 16th Finance Commission recommends rupees 3.56 lakh crore grants to the urban local bodies, over 2 times more than the 15th Finance Commission has granted. The 13th Finance Commission relevant because it came immediately after the census 2011. These shares are important because they determine how much money is available with the lowest tier of government to solve the problem at the grassroots level. A significantly higher share for the urban bodies versus the rural bodies is in recognition of the projected urbanization level of 41% as of 2031. Simply put, with each passing decade, more and more of India is living in its cities. To be sure, urbanization in India often suffers for a lack of good quality data. To begin with, there is a little clarity about the rate of urbanization in India. According to the last census 2011, 31% of the population was living in urban areas. This is much lower than the global peers such as China 45% and Indonesia 54% and Brazil 87%. Urbanization estimate in India has also varied quite substantially. A 2015 World Bank report said 54% of Indians were living in the cities and another 24% were living in the urban clusters, taking the total of 78%. None of these numbers still capture the rapid changes in the migration that are taking place each year. Lack of credible numbers hold back policy initiatives. The worst affected are the urban local bodies. The recommendations for an increased share by 16th Finance Commission are likely to address some of the financial gaps in urban governance. Shrikant Vishwanathan, the CEO of Jaganahara, a think tank that focuses on the urban governance, believes that an increased share for the urban local bodies would essentially mean that they are likely to be hit far less than the census 2027 data comes along. सो ये बेसिकली है कि हमारा जो फाइनेंस कमीशन होता है विच इज़ अंडर आर्टिकल 280, तो उसका जो रोल है और व्हाट इट्स मेन फंक्शन जो है कि वो रिवेन्यू को डिवाइड करता है स्टेट सेंटर से, और जो 10th फाइनेंस कमीशन था वो फर्स्ट आया था आफ्टर द 3rd ईयर ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, जो कि हमारा 72nd and 73rd कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंडमेंट हुआ था. ओके, लेट्स मूव अहेड. तो ये जियो पॉलिटिक्स से है. तालिबान टेरर बिहाइंड पाकिस्तान कॉल फॉर ओपन वार ऑन अफगानिस्तान. सो यहाँ पे कुछ एस्केलेशन चल रहा है. ओके, जो हम लोग हेडलाइन में देखे थे, तो वी विल सी जब ये आएगा एडिटोरियल में. आगे है एजुकेशन पे. बिफोर जुडिशरी करप्शन द अदर एनसीईआरटी रिविजन दैट स्पार्क्ड कंट्रोवर्सी. ठीक है, तो अभी जो क्लास 8 का एनसीईआरटी सोशल साइंस टेक्स्ट बुक है जिसमें अभी कंट्रोवर्सी चल रहा है जुडिशरी एंड एनसीईआरटी पे, तो उससे पहले भी बहुत सारा एनसीईआरटी में रिविजन्स हुए हैं जिसने कंट्रोवर्सी क्रिएट किया है. तो वो सब इसमें दिया हुआ है, देख सकते हैं, वो सब है उसमें है. और रिसेंटली ये भी है कि हमारा नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020 आया है, तो इसलिए देयर इज़ अ नीड फॉर रिविजन. रायट्स के बारे में है जो कि 2017 में आया था. गुजरात रायट्स एंड गुजरात रायट नया वर्ड था, उसको रिप्लेस किया गया था एंटी मुस्लिम रायट से 12 के पॉलिटिकल साइंस बुक में. और भी है जैसे कि अनटचेबिलिटी वर्ड को हटाया गया है. ओके, लेट्स मूव अहेड. ये है वायु शक्ति एक्सरसाइज जो हमारे पोखरण में हुआ है. आईएएफ शोकेसेस कॉम्बैट पावर. Okay, so Canada's Carney begins India visit uranium to AI on table. Underlining that India is showing the fastest growth among the world's major economies, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney began his 4-day visit to India as he landed in Mumbai on Friday and said he would meet the business leader and establish partnership that will offer opportunities to the Canadian businesses and workers. According to the officials, Carney will likely sign a 10-year-old US $2 billion uranium supply deal and smaller agreements on oil and gases, environment, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, education, and culture. Carney was received by Maharashtra's Minister of Protocol and Marketing Jay Kumar Rawat at the airport. This is a major visit to repair the ties between India and Canada almost 2.5 years after the former Canada PM Justice Trudeau wrecked the relationship by alleging the role of Indian government agents in killing the pro-Khalistan separatist figure in Canada. Carney is expected to meet the business leaders in Mumbai Saturday and will also pay homage to the 2611 victim at the memorial at the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel. He will arrive in Delhi on Sunday evening and will meet the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday for the bilateral talks in the Hyderabad House. After landing in Mumbai, Carney said India is showing the fastest growth among the major world economies. We have just arrived in Mumbai, met with the business leaders, and the Ministry of External Affairs official spokesman posted on X a warm welcome to the Prime Minister. Okay, आगे बढ़ते हैं. The India-Canada partnership is anchored in the shared democratic values, strong people-to-people ties, and expanding the cooperation across the diverse sectors. Okay, तो इसमें अभी बहुत सारा और एडिटोरियल आएगा. We will discuss that. Okay, India set to get a new batch of 8 cheetahs from Botswana today. तो इंडिया में 8 और चीता आने वाला है बोत्सवाना से. 8 cheetah from Botswana will be flown into India on Saturday as a part of the center's Ambition Cheetah reintroduction program, taking the total number of the big cats in the country to 46. The animal will be released into the quarantine enclosures at the Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh, where officials will closely monitor their health and behavior before gradually preparing them for a life in the wild. A batch comprising 6 females and 2 males will be airlifted from Botswana to the Gwalior on the Indian Air Force aircraft and then transported to the Kuno by helicopter. Madhya Pradesh CM Mohan Yadav and the Union Environment, Forest, Climate Change Minister Bhupinder Yadav are scheduled to oversee the release of the animals into the specially parked enclosures. द क्यूनो में पहुंचेगा 9 बजे से 10 बजे सैटरडे को इंटर कॉन्टिनेंटल फ्लाइट में जो कि 9 से 10 घंटा लगता है. आवर एम इज़ टू बूस्ट द चीता पॉपुलेशन टू ओवर 50. वी हैव नॉट टेकन अ कॉल ऑन शिफ्टिंग द चीता टू द गांधी सागर. ठीक है, तो अभी यहीं रहेगा कूनो नेशनल पार्क जो कि मध्य प्रदेश में. ओके, लेट्स मूव अहेड. यहाँ पे एक आर्टिकल है बाय S.Y. कुरैशी. ही इज़ फॉर्मर चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर ऑफ इंडिया एंड ऑथर ऑफ बुक्स इंक्लूडिंग द डेमोक्रेसीज हार्टलैंड. सो ये आर्टिकल है SC डिफेंस इंस्टीट्यूशंस डिग्निटी, इट मस्ट एक्सटेंड इट्स विजिलेंस टू कम्युनिटीज़. The Supreme Court recent suo motu intervention over an NCERT textbook passage allegedly portraying the judicial corruptions is a welcome and timely assertion of institutional responsibility. By acting swiftly and decisively, it has reaffirmed a foundational principle that public institutions, especially those entrusted with the constitutional authority, must be protected from casual or deliberate more than in education material that shapes young mind. More importantly, the court has signaled that the reputational harm, when normalized, can erode the public trust in the ways not easily reversible. The authority of institutions rests not only on the legal mandate but on the public confidence. Once these systematically weaken, constitutional governance itself begins to fray. This intervention, however, opens up a larger constitutional question. If the dignity of institution must be protected against misrepresentation, does the same principle extend by necessarily implication to dignity of the communities who form the fabric of republic? The Constitution does not recognize the hierarchy of dignities. It guarantees are structured on the premise that respect for person, group, and institution is mutually reinforcing, not mutually exclusive. India's textbooks have long been instruments of nation building. They do more than convey information, they shape the civic imagination that is included, what is emphasized, and what is omitted, influence how citizens come to understand their society and each other. Recent revisions have therefore drawn attention not merely to what is written but what is no longer there. Concern is not partisan, but the curricular revision is a constant feature of governance. There is no political. The deeper issue is structural, and the relationship between education and honesty. A textbook that sanitizes the history produces ignorance just as a truth, shaping the prevailing public discourse. Representation in textbook is not merely academic, it shapes civic imagination in both subtle and enduring way. When a community is encountered largely through episodes of conflict, its contributions recede and its identity risk being reduced to a stereotype. Equally, when a community with a long and well documented history of operation is presented, ओके सो बेसिकली ये है कि देर एक जो होता है कांस्टेंट रिवीजन हो हमारा करिकुलर का होता है, तो ये फीचर है, तो दिस इज़ गुड. A democracy cannot afford selective vigilance in the hierarchy of concern. So this was all in today's newspaper. Thank you.